What is going on, everyone? theKit-Katniss here today, and today I am back with some Waframe. So, I'm actually gonna do something a little special today. You guys kind of briefly saw this when Zephyr Prime came out, so I'm kind of gonna do. Oh, sorry, guys. Something like that for her again. So we are in the Simulacrum right now, and we have Chroma Prime with us today. And this is the current Prime. And he is pretty awesome. I do like how he looks. He's really awesome looking. I mean, this is truly a dragon if you ever seen one. Honestly, I think his Prime form is better than his regular form, which, I mean, most of the time it's true for everyone, so. But, today I figured I would show him off a little bit. Also kind of wanted to bring out my regular Chroma also, just to show the slight differences they have. So this is kind of like a versus kind of type of thing. So we're gonna have the Prime versus the regular form, and so forth and so on. So yeah. So of course this is my personal Chroma Prime, and he's very gold. I stuck with gold with him because I really liked the accents and how it looked on him. So I tried to make him as gold as possible. He does look black and completely black and gold, but he's actually a little bit purple and black. I think it's just because the lighting here is off, so it kind of looks like that, but he came with his own armor set, which I do have on him, and he also was released with the Rubio, it's pronounced one of those ways, Prime, which is a old school rifle, and then Grand Prime was his melee weapon. So if you guys are wondering what weapons he came with, those are them. Of course, I don't have neither of those yet. I am working on getting the parts for them though, however, so there is that. Obvious differences, of course, they look different, but both of them are pretty much the same sprint speed. They're not fast at all. They're pretty heavy frames, so they're not going to be fast at all. Which means fine. You don't really need speed necessarily, but if you want to have speed, then I suggest choosing one of the female frames, because they tend to be a bit faster. So obviously, my Chroma is obviously my Chroma. So I'm actually going to pull out some enemies here. We might do some Corpus. Infested, unaffiliated. Tomb Guarding. Oh god, I don't want one of those. I'll die. Oh, we can scan sentience and stuff. Interesting. Now, I'll probably do some Corpus, so we'll choose a couple of these guys. I cleared this. I was like, why am I not getting any spots? We'll pick about 12 of these guys. And then let's do some Grineer also. And then maybe some Scorpion. Is there the regular Scorpion? I don't have any regular Scorpions. Ballista wouldn't be too bad, I guess. We'll do a couple of those guys. Alright. So we'll just throw in some random enemies here. Friendly fire, invisibility, pause, nah. So Chroma he's more of an offense frame, he's not a defense frame, so he's not built to really cause major damage with his abilities, but of course he has a spectral screen, which is pretty much his fire blast. Flamethrower, I guess you could call it. And then you got his elemental ward, which can go to your allies also. It goes to them. And it's just an extra shield type thing that can hurt enemies if you get close enough. Try not to kill these guys all at one time. Oh, fell in the hole. And then his Vex armor, which actually is his extra shield. If you guys are looking for some more shield, this is the ability you want to use. And your allies might be able to get it also, I'm not sure. But I do suggest using your Vex armor and your ward at the same time, if you have enough energy for that. So I'll actually show that now. And both my Chromas have white energy, which means he is ice. And that is actually the highly suggested element for him by pretty much everyone. So if you guys are wondering if there's a good tactic in order to use him, then I do suggest making his element ice. I'm not lying to you, a lot of people say ice is the best for him. Even the professionals do, the DE even do. Alright, I think we killed them all, so that is perfect. So pretty much regular Chroma and Chroma Prime pretty much have the same abilities, all obviously. But their ultimate ability, their final ability, their fourth ability in Effigy actually is slightly different looking. So I'm actually gonna do that for you guys. But as you guys can see, it has massive wings and a swirling energy around it. And believe it or not, but this is Chroma's skin. This is actually not Chroma himself. That's actually his skin that you shed when you use that ability, which is kind of interesting. I think him and Saren are like the only frames that have anything to do with their skin shedding. So this awesome looking dragon nest you see on him is actually his second skin, his armor sort of. Which is kind of interesting when you learn about that, because it's like, that's kind of weird. So if you guys saw that I lost a lot of weight on me, that is why. Sorry guys, I've been sick, so I'm gonna sound a little funny, but so let's gather some more health and energy here. And of course, course, if you mod your Chroma right, then you can get some pretty insane amount of energy on him. I mean, mine has 408 on him right now, which is crazy. But I'll do this again. So, this is what Chroma Prime looks like without his skin on. So he keeps most of his his gold accents on him, which is kind of interesting. He kind of reminds me of Ash now when he's naked, I guess you could say. But so like it takes his Saidana and his tail and all this. It's kind of interesting how they really did make his elfy look. So Effie, it's Effie or Effie, something like that. It's spelled kind of weird, so. As you guys can see, I got my skin back on me. And I look more dragon-like, so. And it's kind of interesting when you find this stuff out, because you're like, oh, that's weird, but it's kind of cool, too. Okay, so let's get back up there if I can. Sorry, guys. Alright, sorry guys, had to cough. I'm trying not to cough for you guys, but you know. But that's the reason why I didn't stream last week, is because I've been sick, so. As of right now, I don't feel too bad, which is good. I'm probably getting over it, which is good. Alright, so, like I said, I'm going to pull out regular Chroma also. Let's change up. I'm weird and I have to change up my colors on my weapons to match my frames, so don't mind me. But as you guys can see, my Chroma is different. He's not like Chroma Prime at all. I kind of went for more beast-like for my regular Chroma, so that's why he has the hunched over look and all that too, because I kind of wanted him to be more dragon-like, more beast-like. So, and this skin is a 10 gen skin. This is not his regular skin, and I do like it. It looks really nice on him. And the helmet that's currently on him, the Draco helmet is what it's called, is actually his real helmet, they claim, but he never was put on him, so that's one of his alternative helmets now, but that's technically his real helmet. And as you guys can see, both my Chromas pretty much have the same amount of energy and shield. I mean, shield and health, I mean. But he has less energy. And just like his prime counterpart, he's not very fast. I mean, this is him at a full run. He's not very fast at all. It's because of that armor on him. He's top heavy. Which makes sense. One of the first differences I have of Chroma, if you want to build Chroma, like regular Chroma, He requires a lot of weird parts. He requires like Sarin systems and Volt's chassis, and he requires pieces of other Warframes in order to build him, which is kind of weird. And he's the only Warframe I've seen that does that, which is kind of interesting. So he's also probably one of the most challenging regular frames to build if you're looking to build him, because you have to defeat the bosses in order to get these parts that he needs. So the Volt piece, though, however, you can get from your dojo if you have your Lab built. Apparently there's a ghoul purge going on. Cool. So that is the first big difference he has. So if you're looking to build him, I do suggest taking a friend with you, because he is a little bit of a challenge to build. But I think, like, after Uranus or Neptune, you start getting his parts. Once you beat the rails in order to get to the next planet, you start getting his pieces. That's how you get his pieces. So if you are looking to build him, I do suggest you have some company with you, because he's not the easiest to build. Alright, so his Effigy is actually a bit more not as wild as his Prime version. So this is his, and the wings aren't as big, and there isn't energy swirling around him and anything like that. And this is also what Chroma looks like without his skin on. As you guys can see, he has his energy. I think regular Chroma looks a little more funny than Prime Chroma does, but again, his energy is white because ice is highly suggested for him. So it is interesting to see them both naked, and it's just like, it's kind of weird how they made him different on both versions. But yeah, so there's not much. It's kind of weird when you look at the regular frame and the Prime frame, and they're different. I mean, they did that intentionally, but it's still kind of interesting to look at them. That's kind of why I figured this would be kind of an interesting idea to do, because then you guys can see what makes them different and whatever else. So yeah, guys. So that was just a brief going over of both the Prime version and the regular version. If you guys want me to do something like this for the other frames that have a Prime version, let me know. The only Prime version I don't have is Valbon. So I can't do him, but I can do like Banshee and Amber and all them. So you guys just let me know if you want me to do something like this again. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to y'all later.